Matt Hinds here with your 1-minute monologue for FY Society. Tonight, everything falls apart. The chaos presidency. It is looking increasingly like the U.S.-North Korea summit is going to be canceled by the world's #1 superpower, North Korea. As prospects dim on the summit, the GOP is now worrying about their political strategy and how they might be able to compete in the midterms, given this failure. My advice to Republicans is don't panic. People expect very, very, very little out of you, okay? Just keep up with the blatant racism. Works like a charm. Now, apparently Kim Jong-un has come to think of Trump as unstable and as someone who cannot be trusted. Just let that sink in for a minute. Just as well, though, because Trump really doesn't need this kind of distraction while he is focused like a laser on bringing jobs back to China so that ZTE can continue their important work of spying on U.S. military personnel. MAGA. And more fucked by Trump foreign policy news, peaceful Palestinian protesters have been gunned down literally by the thousands by Israeli soldiers over the last few weeks because Trump just had to have that new embassy in Jerusalem. A decision so ignorant of history, such a bad decision, that Trump's already blaming it on Obama. Now, couple this with Trump pulling out of the Iran deal, a decision which has already contributed to a proxy war between Israel and Iran in Syria, and this really is just the beginning. It's almost like George W. Bush proclaimed that no one could destabilize the Middle East worse than he has, to which Donnie responded, "Hold my beer with your giant hands." If anyone out there thinks all of this tension is just going to go away, and that the U.S. isn't actually ginning up a fresh war or two, I've got a Trump University degree I'd like to sell you. You almost can't blame Trump, though, for this disastrous embassy decision. What with his Muslim travel ban being held up by the courts and all, he had to find some other way to get rid of peaceful Muslims and turn them into America's enemies. Mission accomplished. And, you know, you've got to keep the war contractors happy too, right? I mean, what kind of country would we be if we let down the for-profit war machine? I shudder at the thought. I don't want to think about it. There is some silver lining here, some good economic news coming out of all this chaos, and that is a massive hiring spree was just announced to keep up with expected demand by the flag-draped coffin industry. Because actions have consequences. Tough talk usually gets our folks killed, so just so you guys know. Don't think you were aware of that. You think it's a TV show we're all living in, I think. Now, with everything falling apart overseas and the coming financial crisis here at home, and it is coming, Trump supporters can already be found throughout the U.S. tripping over themselves, rehearsing the line, "Well, I never supported him anyway." All right, that's it. Good luck to us all. Good night.